Hai and Assalamualaikum. My name is Marisa Nadira binti Muhammad Raizat.
I'm Aliana Fisa binti Rosli.
Hi, my name is Nurin Irdina binti Ahmad Mas Rizal.
My name is Hani Humaira binti Afindi.
My name is Nur Hidayah binti Ahmad Azhar.
My name is Nur Amira Shikin binti Muhammad Amin George.
In this video, my group and I will be presenting our group assignments on the topic we have chosen, which is retirement planning. But before we dive in, let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever thought about how much money you will need when you retire? Many people assume retirement is something to think about later. But the truth is, the earlier we plan, the easier and more secure our future will be. Our assignments focus on retirement planning, which is one of the most important parts of personal financial planning. With rising costs of living, longer lifespans, and unexpected expenses, retirement can be a financial challenge if it's not planned properly. That is why we wanted to explore how early preparations, saving, and investment can make retirement not just possible but comfortable. In this assignment, we designed a retirement planning case study to simulate a real financial situation. We look at an individual's age, income, monthly expenses, and lifestyle goals to calculate how much money they will actually need for retirement. Along the way, we also applied financial tools like the time value of money and explore investment strategies such as EPF, unit trust, and fixed deposit. The aim is not just to crunch numbers, but to create a realistic and practical retirement plan complete with savings target, investment, and contingency measures. With that overview and description in mind, I will now pass it on to the next presenters.
We continue with objectives and outcomes. Our project has three main objectives. First, we aim to apply retirement planning concepts to real-life financial situations. This helps us see how age, income, expenses, and retirement goals affect savings and investment for a secure future. Second, we want to perform financial calculations using tools like inflation adjustments, EPF projections, and retirement shortfall analysis. This allows us to compare different strategies and choose the best one. Third, we focus on creating a practical and flexible retirement plan with clear savings targets, investment steps, and backup plans for unexpected events. For the outcomes, we produce a complete retirement planning report with accurate financial figures and realistic recommendations. We also gain a stronger understanding of financial tools and concepts, improve our problem-solving skills, and learn how to communicate complex ideas clearly through teamwork and presentation practice. Next, for project timeline, our work was divided into 6 weeks with clear tasks for each phase. In week 1, we discussed assignment requirements, chose the case study topic, and divided tasks. Then Marisa began the project overview and description with everyone's input for consistency. Week 2 focused on objectives and outcomes by me, Nafisa, while others researched retirement planning data like income, expenses, and savings forecast. In week 3, the main case study draft was done. Nurin handled savings calculations, Humaira explored investment strategies, and Hidayah worked on potential challenges like rising costs or healthcare expenses. By week 4, calculations, investment analysis, and risk planning were finalized, ensuring everything matched the project objectives. Week 5 involved Amira writing reflections and future improvements, while the group compiled the report and checked for accuracy. Finally, in week 6, we prepared the presentation slides, recorded the video, and submitted both the video and final report by the 17th of September.
Mr. Ahmad is a 30-year-old civil engineer living in Kuala Lumpur. He is currently working in the private sector and earns a monthly salary of $15,000, which is $180,000 annually. His current monthly expenses are about $9,000, which include housing mortgage, utilities, transport, groceries, family support, insurance premiums, and lifestyle spending. This leaves him with a monthly surplus of $6,000 that can be directed towards savings and investments. Mr. Ahmad is married and plans to have children in the near future. This will likely increase his financial commitments, such as education, childcare, and medical expenses. However, he understands the importance of starting retirement planning early to take advantage of compound growth and to make his life more easier in the future. Currently, he has accumulated $100,000 in his Employees Provident Fund, EPF, which is the main retirement savings scheme for private sector employees in Malaysia. He intends to retire at age 65 and expects to live until age 85, giving him 20 years in retirement. To maintain his lifestyle during retirement, he now aims to have at least 40% of his current income, equivalent to $6,000 per month, which is $72,000 annually.
Now I'm going to talk about the calculation. First, we need to find the annual income needed to live for Mr. Ahmad. He earns 15,000 ringgit per month. Since his retirement goal is to replace 40% of his salary, he will need at least 6,000 ringgit per month. Multiply by 12 months equals to 72,000 ringgit per year. Now we calculate the adjustment for inflation. Mr. Ahmad has 35 years until his retirement. Using an inflation rate of 3% per year, we apply the future value formula. 72,000 ringgit compounded for 35 years becomes approximately Rm 203,000 per year at the age of 65. Now we calculate the retirement requirement for Mr. Ahmad. He expected to live at least 20 years in his retirement. Multiply Rm 203,000 by 20 years give us a total requirement of around Rm 4.06 million. This is the amount that he will need to maintain his lifestyle in 20 years. Now we calculate the EPF projection for Mr. Ahmad. Currently, he has Rm 100,000 ringgit in his EPF. So assuming 5% annual dividend, this grows over 35 years, so he will get at least roughly around Rm 551,000 ringgit by the time he retires. Now we calculate the retirement shortfall for Mr. Ahmad. Minus the total requirement of roughly Rm 4.06 million with the projection EPF of Rm 551,000 ringgit leaves a shortfall for roughly Rm 3.51 million ringgit. Lastly, we calculate the required saving for Mr. Ahmad. To cover this gap, we use the future value of annuity formula with 6% investment return. Why we use 6% investment return? It is because it reflects the average of long-term investment return in Malaysia, and it is slightly higher than the percentage of EPF. The result shows that Mr. Ahmad needs to save at least Rm 31,500 ringgit per year, or roughly around Rm 2,600 ringgit per month for the next 35 years.
Alright, next I'll be moving on to investment strategy. So the first one is principles of investment strategy. Now, Mr. Ahmad's investment plan will change as he gets older. At 30 to 40, he should focus on growth like stocks and unit trusts. Now, at 40 to 50, he should balance with bonds and property for stability. From 50 to 65, he should move to safer options like bonds and fixed deposits to protect his money. Now, moving on to asset allocation, which is Rm 6,000 ringgit Malaysia surplus. Now, Mr. Ahmad has 6,000 ringgit Malaysia extra every month. A good way to use it is 2,500 in stocks, 1,500 in bonds, 500 in PRS, 500 in REITs, and 1,000 in cash or fixed deposits. Now, this is more than the minimum 2,618 that he needs. So he will be on track for retirement. Now, moving on to the last part, which is risk management and recommendations. Now, to be safe, Mr. Ahmad should spread his money across different investments, keep an emergency fund of 54,000 and have insurance for health and life. He should also add to PRS for tax savings and more retirement money. Every few years, he needs to review his plan. Now, with these steps, he can reach his goal and retire comfortably.
Next, on this slide, I will be explaining about potential challenges in Mr. Ahmad retirement plan. First, inflation and rising cost of living. Even if Mr. Ahmad saves 6,000 a month for retirement, that value of money will drop in the future, so it might not be enough. Second, lifestyle and family commitment. When he has children, expenses like education, childcare will increase, and this could reduce how much he is able to save. Third, medical expenses. As he gets older, medical expenses usually go up, and even with insurance, this can still put a strain on his retirement fund. And then there is investment risk and market volatility. Markets goes up and down, so the return of his investment might not always match his goals. Next, there is also longevity risk. If he lives longer than expected, his saving might run out earlier. Lastly, over-reliance on EPF. If he depends too much on EPF and return or policy change, his retirement plan could be affected. So, diversification is really important.
Reflection and lesson learned. From this project, we learned that retirement planning is not something to think about only in old age, but a lifelong process that should begin early. By applying financial tools such as time value of money, EPF projection, and investment growth calculation, we were able to see how theory can be used in real-life financial planning. We also gained experience in scenario analysis, where we tested different retirement ages, inflation rates, and income levels to understand their impact on financial outcomes. This strengthened our strategic thinking, especially in balancing high return investment with safer options. On top of that, our teamwork and communication improved as we collaborated on research, calculation, and presentation. Personally, this project also made us reflect on our own financial future, giving us more confidence in long-term planning. Last but not least, future improvement. In the future, there are several ways this project could be improved. First, we could use real-world financial data such as EPF divided history and investment fund performance to make our projection more accurate. Second, we could apply sensitivity analysis to test different scenarios like higher inflation, longer lifespan, or lower returns, so the plans become more reliable. Third, integrating digital tools such as financial calculators or simulation apps will increase accuracy and help us present data visually. Fourth, we could enhance the risk management section by adding more detail on the healthcare costs, insurance planning, and estate planning, making the retirement plan more holistic. Finally, our presentation could be made more interactive with engaging visual charts or simulation to explain complex financial ideas. These improvements will not only strengthen our analysis but also make the project more practical and impactful. That's all from us. Thank you.